What is going on, YouTube? Back with the Prez. There's not going to be much talking during this actual video. You're just going to see straight work, and I'm going to give you some talking over it throughout the sets, right? So what you're going to see being done today is I just said, F it, let's just get into some calisthenic OG training right now. And you're going to see me going for the Barbarian requirements. These are my attempts at it. I have not attempted to do these routines in over 2 years. This is classic high volume calisthenic training, right? This is the type of shit that I would see on YouTube back in 2009, 2010 that got me into this type of training, right? The muscle ups, they were a little fancy on the bar, just doing some jumps, but nothing like what you see today. Just straight hard work, right? So for those of you who don't know what the Barbarian requirements are, what you saw me do first was 5 muscle ups. Now I'm going into the second portion of the routine, and it's 50 dips, right? Now, the whole purpose of the Barbarian requirements is that everything has to be done unbroken, which I do not complete. You're going to see right here, I'm going to end up breaking on these dips. I probably could have pushed out to 50, right? I probably could have pushed for 50 dips right now, but it would have just exhausted me so much for the rest of the routine to come. So let me just lay out what the routine is for you guys, right? So 5 muscle ups, 50 dips. Right after the dips, you got to go right to pull-ups. 30 pulls unbroken. Right from the pulls, you got to go back to push. You're hitting push-ups for 60 reps, again, unbroken. And then after the 60 push-ups, it's back to the pull-up bar for 5 more muscle-ups to round it out. And I think here on the dips, I ended up breaking it down into, so this is 60 dips. I'm sorry, no, 50 dips on this first set right here, right? So I think I broke the dips down on the first set to 30, and then I broke them down into like 5s. So just you can see the amount of workload that gets done. Now, after I listed all those exercises, 5 muscle-ups, 50 dips, 30 pull-ups, 60 push-ups, 5 muscle-ups, all unbroken, in order to complete the requirements and be considered a barbarian, you have to do all of that in under 5 minutes. So look, I just completed the muscle-ups and the dips, and I'm just about halfway through the 5-minute mark. Granted, I already broke the set, right? So I'm on pace to finish it in 5 minutes because all we got left is pull-ups, push-ups, and muscle-ups, right? So just hit the 2.5-minute mark. So that's the halfway mark right now, right? So I'm starting the pull-ups at the halfway mark. If my endurance was next level, elite, I would be able to hit this 30 pulls, go into the push-ups, hit the 60 push, and then go right back to the muscle-ups, hit those 5 muscle-ups, all within this 2.5-minute time frame, right? Right now, it is literally impossible. Again, I didn't hit anything unbroken. Then last time I was training this routine 2 years ago, I think in the summer of 23, it might have even been the summer of 22, I was breaking the Barbarian requirements down into easier routines. So instead of doing the whole thing, when I was training it a few years ago, I was trying to combine 2 rounds of it in like 7 minutes, right? So I was increasing the volume, but I was doing like 3 muscle-ups, 40 dips, 20 pulls, 40 push, 3 muscle-ups, 2 times. So it ends up being more overall volume than the Barbarian requirements, but I gave myself like an 8-minute time cap on that, and I think I was able to actually eventually complete that, but it did not carry over to being able to do the full Barbarian requirements. Again, it's just another breed. So to be specific, if you want to train for something like this, you have to be specific in training for it. And this is legit training. You're going to see this is me struggling, breaking through the sets, and it's hard work. My heart rate is up the whole time. But if you look at everybody that can do these requirements, their physiques are phenomenal. They're all lean, shredded. Having some body fat on you, it's not going to be advantageous for you to be able to do these routines, right? You're going to be carrying around extra mass. It's going to make your reps harder. It's going to make your endurance work harder, make your heart work harder. So I'm not saying I'm heavy or anything. I'm actually relatively lean compared to how I was last winter, but I am still in a bulk. I'm still eating in a surplus of calories, right? I still have the goal of putting on muscle right now. Come this summertime when I'm a little more shredded and if I keep this in the routine, I should be getting it much better and a lot more efficiently, especially if I continue to train for it, right? If I continue to train for it over these next few months, and then I train for it going into a cut. Because as you cut, remember guys, your body weight work, your calisthenic work, as you lose body fat, it's going to get better and better. If you're training in the gym with weights and everything, the weightlifting as you're in a cut is going to take a hit, right? You're not going to be as strong with your weightlifting movements. But with calisthenics, as the weight comes off, your pull numbers are going to get better. Your dip numbers are going to get better. Your muscle-ups are going to become easier. Push-ups, everything, right? So as you cut and lose body fat, you just get better and better at your body weight training, right? So that's just like a nice bonus, because always in the wintertime, you know, it's when I focus on more of the weighted calisthenics. You guys see me, you know, a couple of weeks ago, months ago, doing more of the barbell incline pressing, incorporating a lot of my machines that I have in my gym. But that's all good for bulking and putting on mass. But then when it comes summertime and you want to shred out and get ripped, how strong you are with those machines are all going to come a little bit down. You're not going to be as strong, but you're not going to be as strong as your calisthenics when you're in the mass phase, right? When you're trying to work on so much machine work, bench pressing, your calisthenics are going to take a hit. You're going to have more body fat on you. So it's like a catch-21 situation. It all depends on what your goals are and what you're training for at a specific time in your training phases, right? And right now, like, I'm really loving the way I feel after these sets. And this is just attempt number 1. I go for this 3 times today, but each time we actually scale it down slightly each one. And let me tell you, so now we're at the push-up portion, right? The 60 reps, which I've in the past been able to complete everything unbroken besides these push-ups, right? So I used to be able to hit 5 muscle-ups unbroken, 50 dips unbroken, go right to the pull-ups, hit the 30 unbroken. But then when it came to these push-ups, I have never been able to hit the 60 clip unbroken, which I can do fresh. But after all that volume's accumulated, after the muscle-ups, after the dip work unbroken, after the 30 pull-ups, the lactic acid that you have accumulated in your upper body is just next level. And I have never been able to train. I haven't actually trained specifically enough, hard enough, and long enough for me to keep adapting, getting better at this routine. So there you go. I just finished the 60 push, and we just hit just about 7 minutes. We're 6 minutes and 50 seconds in, so we already failed the 5-minute mark, right? Like I said, the push-ups have always been the hardest part. And even every time I've trained them and completed the push-ups, even when I broke them up and had to, you know, break the pushes, when I go to the pulls now, you're going to see. When I go back to the muscle-ups have always been insanely hard. I've never, ever been able to complete the muscle-ups after the push-ups, right? Never. I've always had to go to bands, and that's what you see me right now. That's what you saw.
This has always been the toughest part of this routine for me. I've never, even in my prime, have ever been able to complete these muscle-ups after the routine. So I'm not even going to try them body weight. We're going right to the band. We got 5 reps to get through this routine right now. Let's see if we can finish it with the band. See? I gotta rest a little bit. I'm gonna get him. One. 2. 3. 2 more. Go. Yeah. Come on. 2 more. They've always been this tough. Let's go, we gotta get these. All right, let's go, 2 straight. Ha! Ah! Let's go. 1 more. There we go. Keep it rolling. All right, guys. Hey, like I said, this is the Barbarian routine. Ideally, this routine would be done completely unbroken in under 5 minutes. You could see the level of difficulty it takes to actually hit that, right? How hard this type of routine is. This is the elite of the elite level of calisthenic training. There's maybe around the world, maybe I would say maybe 100 people who have completed these requirements, and that might be, I might be overshooting it. There might not even be that many. Maybe I'm undershooting it slightly. Which still, compared to billions, for there to be less than maybe 200 people on earth who's ever completed this routine, the way it's supposed to be done, is a testament to how hard it is. So again, I repeat it. 5 muscle ups, unbroken. 50 dips, unbroken. I had to break everything. The only thing I didn't break was the first 5 muscle ups. And I haven't trained this routine in 2 years now, since the summer of 2023. I didn't train at all the summer of 24. And you can see the conditioning aspect of my training definitely took a hit. One, I'm heavier than I was 2 summers ago. I have more body fat on. It's winter time here. I'm always naturally a little thicker, heavier now. So summertime, I expect to do better at this, right? But again, 5 muscle ups, unbroken. 50 dips, unbroken. 30 pull-ups, unbroken. 60 push-ups, unbroken. And then another 5 muscle ups, unbroken. That's 150 reps. That's pretty much how all the Barbarian routines are pretty much set, right? They're 150 rep routines, always to be done in 5 minutes or less, right? The 5MD, the 5-minute drill, it's 100 push, 50 pulls, 150 reps. The Barbarian requirements is 150 reps. There's a lot more difficult, right? More challenging movements. Still gives you that same 5-minute time frame to complete it. It probably took me over 9 minutes right there. Well, I know it's been going on for probably way over 10 now. No, it took over 7 minutes. I was only done with the push-ups to 7 minutes. So it probably took me close to 9 minutes to do the routine. Which again, I didn't even hit unbroken. But it's something I want to try to keep in my routine now, week to week, up until this summer, because I'm going to be getting into more and more reps and sets and less overall weightlifting, right? The weighted calisthenics is still going to be there, but it's not going to be my main focus. I'm going to get more of my conditioning aspect back down into my training. So this is the first attempt of the day. I'm probably going to do it again in a little bit, so stay tuned, more work to come. All right guys, we're going to run it again. The first set took me just about 9 minutes, so I took a 9-minute break. Now we're going to drop the reps. So instead of doing 5, 50, 30, 65, we're going to do 4, 40, 20, 50, 4. And I'm going to stay using the bands for all the muscle ups now, just because I know right now the muscle ups are going to be the hardest, and I'm hoping to hit these unbroken with the band right now both times. So, let's go.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Let's go. 40 dips.
650. 7. 7, 10. 7.
All right, guys. Again, what's the time?
9:37.
All right, so 6 minutes to do the first, literally 90% of the reps, and then 3 minutes just to finish the last 4. That's literally how it's always been for me when it came to doing muscle-ups after push-ups, specifically in the barbarian routine. If you guys go back to my competition back in 21 in Wingate, when I was doing the one-on-one battle, I had to lead the whole time. Came to the muscle-ups after doing 25 weighted dips, 25 weighted pulls, 50 body weight before that. And when I came to the muscle-ups at the end, again, I just had nothing in me. Couldn't even get 1 rep up. I've always, when I have so much lactic acid built up in the upper body, the muscle-ups at the end of the routine have always been a struggle. And I never trained them specifically to get better at them like that. Very rarely do you've seen me do routines where I was like 25 push, a couple muscle-ups. I've done that routine a few times, but it's been years since I've trained like that. So the fact that I was even able to complete them both ways like that today, very good. I'm gonna run it one more time again, dropping 10s again. So the last round will be 3 30 dips. I'll cut the pulls to 15 instead of 10. Push-ups will go down to 40, then another 3 muscle-ups. So another 9-minute break here, about 1 more round. All right, guys, third.
I get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the time how close it starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I forgive the pain you gave to me so long ago. Sleepless nights I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye.
Cool. Alright guys, what's the time?
6:36.
Alright, so just about under 7 minutes finally, and I finally caught those muscle ups at the end, unbroken, on my first attempt. Granted, the volume was just about half of the initial routine, so we did the full requirements, 150, right? 150 reps first. Then we dropped down.
5:36.
Okay. We did 150 reps, first set. And then we cut down 10 off the pulls, 10 off the dips, 10 off the push, 2 off the muscle ups. So we cut down from 150 minus 32, we cut it down to 118. 118 on the second round. So 150 reps, 118 reps. Third round, we cut down 10, 10. We cut down another 32. So third round was 88 reps, 98, 108, 118. So 96 reps. So 96 reps, 118 reps, 150 reps for the Barbarian requirement training. You can see this type of routine is very high volume, full upper body blast. Crazy pump. You can see how the pump is right now. I seen it after the first routine when I was watching my sets. I was like, damn, just the amount of volume of blood that your body accumulates. That's what makes the muscles at the end so hard, because you have so much lactic acid built around literally the entire upper body muscular system. It's in your shoulders, it's in your chest, it's in your lats. When you go to do those muscle ups, it's literally like you almost feel like you're hitting a wall every time. It takes elite level of strength endurance to be able to bang that out unbroken, everything in under 5 minutes. It also takes a lot of grit and a lot of training. So if you're someone like, if you see someone just doing like the 1 rep max training, they might be strong, they'll be able to rep out, you know, maybe a clip of 30 pull-ups, but there's no chance that they're gonna be able to hit this endurance type of routine, right? Because it's totally different styles of training. This short break periods, heavy shit is long break periods. Different adaptations, different stimulus on the body. Both are gonna build muscle. This type of training is gonna keep you more athletic, more of an athlete. The 1 rep max shit, it keeps you strong, keeps the body, you know, if you're doing the weighted calisthenic 1 rep max, keeps the body, you know, tight and tense with those closed chain movements, but you lose the athletic ability of moving exercise to exercise, keeping that heart rate up, being resilient, being able to do multiple movements back to back and back together, right? This mimics more like real life scenarios of like you have to get into a fight or flight situation. The 1 rep max is like, yeah, maybe one day you'll have to lift the car off somebody, but maybe you will never have to do that. Who knows? So that's a wrap for today. 3 rounds of this training. Again, it's a ton of overall muscular system stress on the body. Tomorrow, typically I train push on Monday, pull on Tuesday. I already knew tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm not gonna have the time to get a full pull workout in. That's why I combined push and pull again today into this upper body session. Last video you saw was Friday's work when we did the heavy pulls and the high volume dips. Those, all I did for dips was those, I think the 4 sets of 30, right? 34 sets unbroken. My chest was super lit up Saturday. Yesterday I had a little bit of fatigue built up into it, but today putting this volume work again is just gonna make that resiliency to the high reps, make my body adapt to it more and more, right? If I would've went back to heavy reps today, 1 rep max, my body would have started, okay, would have said, we got some high rep training in on Friday, but then we went back to heavies today, we would have had no adaptation stimulus again for the body to adapt to, right? So keeping the high reps here again gives that body a little bit more adaptation stimulus. So, hope you guys enjoyed the routine. You have a question or comment, leave it in the comment section. Like the video, it helps the algorithm out. Share with your friends and your family. You already know, guys, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate all the support. Peace out. BARNATURALS.
They all love to talk, you know they do that shit the most. Think you on my level, boy, but you ain't even close.